Welcome. This is just a little video I decided to put together to kind of have a break from digital and stressful schoolwork. This is pretty much just a compilation of a whole bunch of characters that I created for role plays or just for stories that I never got to use or develop. So this is Cosmo. He's a young alchemist who accidentally made himself immortal in his experimenting. He has since been searching for a cure to his curse. He flies around on a parchment collecting ingredients and getting himself into any mischief he possibly can. He's one of my many underdeveloped characters who I used for one roleplay with a friend, but I didn't use him very long and I regret not being able to use him more. Lyri has a long and complicated backstory of being a tribal princess who was enslaved and sold by her betrothed husband. She eventually became a sailor and then a captain of her own crew. Even though she was only a side character in one of mine and my friend Shay's roleplays, I used her plenty. I just didn't get to take advantage of her character, and she didn't develop at all during our story. I designed her a few years back when I was first using her, and I just pretty much recreated the design with a better looking gun, sword, and with a bit of a darker skin tone. Faven. He was a character I created in middle school, and I'd planned to write a book or two on him. Don't worry, I only got to chapter 15 or so. He's a fairy with the ability to become human. He traveled with his fellow humans who eventually realized that he really was a fairy, and then they went on more adventures that I never thought out or came up with. Or I just never wrote it all down. East and Quest are a couple brand new characters that I created a little bit ago. This is my first attempt at designing them, and though I like how they turned out, they're currently the antagonists of a roleplay, and blue doesn't suit them in that regard. I should have used darker colors. They're extremely undeveloped, and I haven't used them very much. Yet. Edda Amberbane was a character I made when I was just starting roleplay. It was around sophomore year in high school, and this was a roleplay that I had started with my friend Cambry, who was just starting roleplaying herself. Edda was a spirit who had no recollection of who she was, and her spirit was bound to a hollow tree just next to her death place. She developed a bit as she gained her memories in the story, but we didn't get very far, and I'm sad Edda wasn't able to develop more. This is Scoot. Yes, his name is Scoot, and he was my joke Halloween character in my AP art class during my senior year of high school. He's pretty much the embodiment of a candy corn. He supposedly has a story going for him, but I really didn't go anywhere, so Scoot is just an empty slate. But he's really fun to draw. Also, for some reason, his hair looks like it's from Adrian Agreste from Miraculous Ladybug. That was not on purpose. This is Ivy, who also is a really old character like Edda. I used her when I was just starting roleplay, so I tried to give her behavioral issues to make her interesting. She has anger issues, which contributes to her geokinesis, meaning she can manipulate Earth. Next is Sherwin, who is very underdeveloped, and I've never used him. He was made using music as the design prompts and personality. He's meant to be an antagonist with trust issues, and possibly can control the dead. A rather creepy guy that he's just kind of there. I may have thought out a backstory for him, which is kind of long and complicated, so I keep forgetting it. I don't know if I'll ever use him. Patch is another Halloween character who's basically an enchanted bag of rice. He wore his mask to hide his burlap face from the people he caused trouble to, and had a fascination for bugs. He doesn't talk, but his master, a witch, gave him the ability to giggle. I was able to use him for a short roleplay that didn't get really far, and I'm super sad that I didn't get to use him more. He had a lot of potential, but I probably won't ever use him again. Well, there are a few underdeveloped characters of mine that I've got to say goodbye to. Thanks for watching.